In the sea of product reviews, sponsorships, and promotional content, it is easier more now than ever to be swayed into purchasing a product that doesn't improve your productivity or quality of life in any way. The worst part about this is that the product contains an ingredient or ingredients that makes your body have an immune response in the form of an allergic reaction, which is what I want to talk about with you all today. Hello there, beautiful people. My name is Shantoria, and welcome to Shantoria's Comfort, where we talk fashion, beauty, and anything possibly related to those two things. And if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. Rhode is a beauty company that launched in 2022, and ever since then has been a trending topic of discussion. And not just because it's another celebrity beauty brand, but because of the many allergic reactions that are being reported by customers online. Allergens in beauty products is what I want to talk about with you all today, specifically food allergens, and how the cosmetic industry's labeling system needs to be improved in order to better inform consumers of what is in them. What encouraged me to want to make this video is a discussion board that I had in my marketing class this past spring semester. I can't remember what the topic of the discussion board was, or if it was my initial response or fellow classmates, but I just remember bringing up Rhode and the allergen that was happening, the outbreak that was happening with whatever product that was recently released. It encouraged me to actually look up to see what is the rules for this. Like, aren't they supposed to put on their labels like contains tree nuts, contains coconut? And to my surprise and disbelief, they legally don't have to put, contains this or contains that like they do for food labeling. And I was baffled. And it was after another product release and more people coming out and saying that they're having allergic reactions to it is when I felt, okay, I need to make a video about this because this is ridiculous. As a person with their own food allergen, I am allergic to milk. I literally break out in the face whenever I eat it. It's not terrible, but I feel like the tingling sensation in my face. I think I possibly have a small mild allergy to eggs. If I eat 2 eggs, then I feel tingling on my face. I don't know what it is. And I recently found out that I am allergic to this bird's eye California blend. I'll put it right here. It's like this bird's eye California blend that I'm allergic to. I don't know what specifically is in there, but I developed an allergy to it and I'm so upset because it was really good. Not to mention my skin is sensitive. I deal with eczema in different spots. So it's safe to say that I feel compelled to talk about this because you want to make sure that whatever you are putting on your skin doesn't make it flare up. And of course, you can't always prevent that because you don't know how your body's going to respond to really anything you put on it. But you want to make sure at least the thing that makes you swell up is not in there. And I feel like these brands should be held more accountable by the FDA, and the FDA needs to have more rules surrounding it. But before I get into the first thing of business, I just want to make sure to state this now. I am not a medical professional. I am not a chemist. I am simply a concerned consumer, a concerned individual with food allergies that wants to present this information with you all and to make sure to encourage you all to be informed consumers and make informed purchases. And this situation, I feel like, is slightly a little bit more preventable if we do encourage people to be more informed about the things that they are buying, about different ingredients, and as well as these brands taking an extra step into making sure that people know that the thing that they're purchasing will not make them flare up or send them into anaphylaxis. And I also want to mention here, Haley is very involved in this brand. It's kind of hard to separate the two because they're so intertwined.
I am Rhode and Rhode is me, and there is no separation to me.
But I will do my very best to just speak about the brand and the company in general. I'm not interested in her. This is mostly about the business and the marketing and everything of it all and how it influences those on the internet to purchase. So we're starting off with the FDA regulations, what they require, all that good stuff. I will be putting all of the FDA websites down in the description below if you're interested in reading them. I highly recommend that you do because I want you all to, again, be well informed. And I will also put the other reliable source links down below. You know how schools say, .edu, .org, .gov, all that jazz. If you don't see a lot of the links in the description in some of my videos, just know that it's because of YouTube thinking that if one of the websites goes offline or is messed up in any way, they think that I'm trying to trick you all into clicking a link, and I'm trying not to have a strike on my channel, so that is why. Okay, now let's get into it. Products that the FDA regulates as food must bear a label that includes the common name of any major food allergen, as specified in the Food Allergen Labeling and Consumer Protection Act of 2004, either in the ingredients list or with a contains statement. However, until FDA releases and enforces guidelines for labeling cosmetic allergens, the same requirement does not currently extend to cosmetics and personal care products. FDA has determined the allergens that cause most allergic reactions due to the use of a cosmetic product. These allergens are divided into 5 classes: preservatives, metals, fragrances, natural rubber, and dyes. Preservatives and dyes are the 2 things that cosmetics and food share that break people out or can cause them to have an allergic reaction. And so to see that because it's not something that you consume is not considered, I don't know, it's so weird to me. The Fair Packaging and Label Act, FPLA, gives FDA the authority to require an ingredient declaration on retail cosmetics products. However, certain ingredients that commonly contain allergens may be exempt from the declaration of common name. For example, U.S. cosmetic labeling requirements permit the labeling of fragrance and flavor without specifying the exact ingredient or ingredients, which I just what? That's insane. And I also just want to note here, can we not continue to use the word flavor in regards to stuff that we put on ourselves and not something that we ingest? I don't even like the fact that we're using words related to food with cosmetics. And I feel like already in that, they should be set to the same standard as these food companies. Even crazier about the words fragrance and flavors is that these are terms that the company manufacturing the product define, as FDA has not established any formal definitions or policies for their use. While these terms may provide a marketing advantage, FDA has stated that they may have very little meaning. Notwithstanding this, FDA has not imposed any specific restrictions on their inclusion on a label. And I find it crazy that these companies are able to get away with using so many fluffy words for the sake of marketing. Rose's home base is in California, so I wanted to know what California requires for them. And in this article, it shares that under the California Safe Cosmetics Act of 2005, California established a list of ingredients suspected to cause cancer or reproductive harm and mandates that products containing any of these ingredients be reported to the state. The Cosmetic Fragrance and Flavor Ingredient Right to Know Act of 2020, or CFFIRKA, went into effect on January 1st, 2022. The act designates a subset of ingredients called fragrance allergens and specific ingredients that must be reported only if used as a fragrance ingredient, regardless of their function. They must be reported by the company named on the label when present at a concentration of 0.01%, rinse off cosmetics, or 0.001% leave on cosmetics. Now let's get into the FDA specifically. What does the FDA say? In the same year of 2022, the FDA passed the Modernization of Cosmetics Regulation Act of 2022, also called MoCRA. And we're going to go straight to the FDA website here and what do they say. And so just to summarize it for you though, real quick. And again, I highly recommend that you read the article yourself. I'll put it in the description. MoCRA kind of just anchors down and gives the FDA more regulatory rule over the cosmetic industry. Like they just give them more requirements to regularly report to them about certain things, and the FDA is allowed to step in if they feel like the situation is necessary for them to. But I highlighted this part here. MoCRA authorizes FDA to establish regulations for, and the big thing is fragrance allergen labeling requirements. And so it doesn't extend to food, which we see more of these brands doing. And It continues here, which I feel like is very important here. Product listing. A responsible person must list each marketed cosmetic product with FDA, including product ingredients, and provide any updates annually. So any change in formula, or just keep handing them the same thing over and over again just to let them know that the formula hasn't changed. And I want to read this also right here. Mandatory recall authority. If the agency determines that there is a reasonable probability that a cosmetic is adulterated or misbranded and the use or exposure to cosmetic will cause serious adverse health consequences or death, FDA has the authority to order a mandatory recall if the responsible person refuses to do so voluntarily. I'm happy to know that. I wish that maybe the outbreaks weren't enough for the FDA. But here's also some pretty good news for y'all. And you can also read what these terms mean in the website whenever you click on the link. And it states here, a responsible person is required to report serious adverse events associated with the use of cosmetic products in the United States to FDA within 15 business days. The responsible person must include a copy of the label on or within the retail packaging of such cosmetic product. If the responsible person receives medical or other information about the adverse event within 1 year of the initial report to the FDA, they must submit this new information to the FDA within 15 business days. FDA will also have access to adverse event reports during an inspection. So your voices are being heard is what I kind of interpret this as the amount of TikToks and Reddit comments and Instagram videos, whatever it is, y'all are being heard, and these cosmetic companies have to report this, is how I'm interpreting this. The FDA also has access to this information as well, so they can keep track and keep tabs on how reoccurring this is. So hopefully I'm interpreting this right. So you guys, hopefully they're working on it. And if they don't have access to this, or this is not what that means, then I am worried. The FDA actually has provided a hyperlink to submit a report to them if you experience an allergic reaction after using a cosmetic product. It's within the article titled Allergens in Cosmetics and will be linked in the description. These beauty companies may not be allowed to misbrand themselves, but they are able to advertise certain trendy ingredients while not highlighting the others that can make the biggest difference whether or not the potential consumer will make that final sale. I don't know how many of you all are watching, also watch Kiki Chanel, but 100% Pearl does not save you from moldy product allegations. And another FDA article titled Microbiological Safety in Cosmetics, it reads, under the law, cosmetic products and ingredients, except for color additives, do not require FDA approval before they go to market. However, they must not be adulterated or misbranded. This means they must be safe for consumers when used according to directions on the label or in the customary or usual way, and they must be properly labeled. It also means they must not be prepared, packed, or stored in a way in which they may have become contaminated or harmful to health. Companies and individuals who manufacture or distribute cosmetic products are responsible for the safety of their products. This includes, for example, making sure cosmetic products are free from harmful microorganisms. While the law does not require cosmetic products to have FDA approval before they go onto the market, we do monitor their safety. I'm guessing we is the FDA, including microbiological safety. FDA can take action against cosmetic products on the market that don't comply with the law. Now, I don't know if the FDA is looking into the alleged Patrick Ta situation and if they have ever heard about the customers reporting having moldy products. After MoCRA's passing, you would think there would be a more heavier hand when it comes to customer safety with cosmetic products like there is with food, and making sure that the component and or the packaging isn't compromised. The slimiest thing about the alleged Patrick Ta situation and the reactions by road customers is the marketing being a possible reason why they are able to get away with things and convince customers that it is a user error. And as stated here, it isn't enough to check for terms like hypoallergenic, fragrance-free, or for sensitive skin, as there is no federal standard or definition that governs the use of these terms in the US. Certain ingredients may be listed generally as fragrance or perfume without defining the specific ingredients.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You just gotta know that it's there, but you ain't gotta know what it is. Apparently, customers are literally left to fend for themselves and rely on each other to decide whether a product is good or not, or to take the promotion at face value and to not look into the ingredient list any further. These are essentially just marketing terms that give a false sense of security to the customer that what they are purchasing is safe for their skin. And I want to encourage you all again, and I will do this throughout the video, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please look into the ingredient list. Please inform yourself. Watch enough of these product reviews from different people and medical professionals online, YouTube videos, TikTok. There's so much access at our fingertips now that we can learn from this. Make sure to read trusted websites about these different ingredients before making your purchasing decision. Product suggestions can come from friends, family members, or beauty internet personalities, which I'll use in substitution for beauty influencer because really anybody can influence you to purchase something. And it's understandable that because this person suggested it, they will be honest about their suggestion and making sure that it is safe for you, or they can see it being really good for your skin and really helping you. And you trust that. And you only go off of whatever they have said because you are either desperate for a solution or you don't have the natural instinct to look into the ingredient list yourselves to make that final purchasing decision. And I'm not just saying that to, throw shade about it, because personally, we're all like that. We want to trust that the person who is suggesting these products to us are looking out for our best interest and wouldn't try to deceive us in any way whenever they are suggesting these products. Now, this suggestion could either be great or the unfortunate thing happens and that you have an allergic reaction. I have pulled some videos for you all for me to react to, as well as some Reddit comments. And yeah, we're just going to get into it. This first one is a reaction to what I believe is possibly one of the skincare products. So let's see.
Don't you love when you use a new product and your face breaks out in hives? Has this happened to anyone else? I use the Rhode Glazing Milk Balm.
Okay, first off, I don't like the milk, milk, on my skin. No, that's gross. I would just say, if you came from my main channel and you have seen my celebrity food value meals and drinks video, you will already know my beef with Miss Bieber's decisions on what she decides to name her products. And glazing milk, no. I'm pretty sure it's mostly based on like the color of the product, but just a food. It's not food, but you make it sound like food, and that's nasty. And so if you see me discomforted or cringe at the name of these products, just know it's that. Like, I'm allergic to it, so I freak out. I'm allergic, I freak out. You see me, I'm getting all hyper.
Or whatever it's called. And my face hates it. It is on fire.
Oh my gosh, like, it's so bad, it's so red. So inflamed. Not me, like, oh girl, I relate. I already know. You put milk on your face. You put milk on your face. But let's just see what this caption reads right here, because apparently I thought it was important. What the actual place where evil people go. I wanted to love the Rhode Glazing milk so bad, but my skin does not agree with it. Has this happened to anyone else? Also, no hate to this product is probably 1000% a me thing, but what on earth? I've never had a reaction to something like this before. So bummed. And this what makes me sad about this whole thing is that she thinks it's her fault. And you will see in a lot of these product reactions or allergen reaction videos is that people are upset, like they think that it's their fault, like they messed it up some way, and it's not their fault. It is not a user error that your body decided to break out. It does not like what you put on your skin, whether it is one of the tree nut things in there, a preservative, or whatever other ingredient is in there. It is not your fault. It just didn't agree with your skin. And I don't like that people are kind of made to feel that way because they really want to like it, or they really want to be a part of something that ultimately just didn't work out.
Ever since I started using these two products, I feel like my acne has gotten so much worse than it normally is.
Oh no.
My face is super...
But y'all, hold on. Before I even let her continue talking, her skin does look really good. Now, I don't know if she used these products before getting on screen or if she used something else. But girly, what's your username? Let me shout you out for real. Miss Mary Fitness. Looking good, girl. Looking good. Looking good. The skin looks fabulous.
sensitive, but I'm just very curious if anybody has had the same experience as me. This is the Rhode glazing milk and then the Rhode barrier butter. And I just feel like my acne around my mouth and cheek area has gotten worse as soon as I started using these two products. I don't know if it's in my mind. I don't know if it's like hormonal acne. I don't really know what's going on.
No, Mary Fitness. No, it was a Mary D Fitness. It's not your fault, Mary D Fitness. That's crazy. You can see how red her skin is. It's so irritated. Poor thing. And it frustrates me that people think that it's them that messed up the product. Because you can't mess up the product. Sure, you can leave it open, but you can store it in a room and maybe the room temperature, factors that are out of your control can affect the product, but it's not you. Your skin just doesn't like it. Whatever is in these products, it just doesn't agree with your body. Your body rejected it, and it's okay. And it makes me sad because it sounds like she really wants to like it, but it just didn't agree with her. And her skin, though it is shiny and it looks really healthy, it's just so broken out. And I can also relate to this because, as I will continuously emphasize, and I might as well just make a cow my mascot just to torture myself. Y'all, that's a whole nother story actually. But I actually tried. I went to Ulta, I believe. I tried this moisturizer that had goat milk in it. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, it's goat milk. I may not be allergic to it. And turns out, goat milk is kind of the most related to cow's milk, I learned. And so I tried it and my skin was hydrated. But boy, did I break out. And the worst part is that I bought it. I tried it in the store, still bought it. And I put it on my face and I was like, ooh, my skin feels great. And then soon afterwards, I just felt the flare up in my face. I said, nope. And I had to give it to my mom. I have to ask her if she still has it. There's real milk in a moisturizer. So I'm not tripping when I say that this glazing milk, whether it's for texture or the color, milk can really be in these products. Rhode does clarify that the name of the product is due to the consistency, the texture of it. However, as a person who is allergic to dairy, I become very weary of trying this product out of fear of having an allergic reaction. And it's just, to me, not worth the risk. And that is a shame because it may have ingredients in there that might help my sensitive, dry skin. Anyways, continue.
Because everyone who uses this has the most beautiful skin, and of course I try something new and my face hates me for it. I've been using this on my body since then, so at least we'll have a nice glazed neck and chest, I guess.
For my sensitive girlies out there, my sensitive guys who have sensitive skin. I said, you're sensitive. Your skin is sensitive. Please be careful when trying new products on your skin. Really, this is good advice for anybody with any skin type, but especially more so for those with sensitive skin because our skin is just so reactive. And again, I say this as a person with sensitive skin. I'm not a medical professional. Because it also could be the case of the combination of products that you are using on your skin do not agree with your skin. And please do not feel like you need to keep up with everybody else because of what they show online and that their skin looks so good. It is not necessarily just because of this product, okay? It is great lighting. It is great diet. It is staying hydrated with water. And maybe it is from the skincare routine as well, introducing one or two products from this line. But please do not feel bad that this did not work out for you. You can still have great looking, healthy skin trying anything else It is just fine. You do not need this specific brand to feel like you are cool, you're worthy enough. And that's why I always end my videos and find comfort in being yourself, because you do not need to be like everybody else in order to feel like you are enough, okay? You are beautiful and perfect the way you are. And if what you like isn't what everybody else is like, even better. That makes you stand out. That makes you unique. And you know what? That also makes you memorable. Hopefully in a good way, not in a bad way. And one comment here is a little tip that helped me was giving the glazing milk a good shake before use. The coconut Allergens in the product can separate, leading to clogging pores. Interesting. I also didn't think about shaking it up. That could also affect the application. But also, I've also heard that from many of these videos that I was searching up on TikTok to put in here, that a lot of the ingredients in Rhode do have pore clogging ingredients in there. I think I've seen it from a medical esthetician as well as another person who uses Rhode and has acne, and she had to do a whole deep dive for herself, which is unfortunate that had to happen. But I did hear that some of the ingredients in, I think it was the barrier butter, what was this person saying? Like the glazing milk, not surprised. I'm really not surprised that the butter and milk broke her out, because hello, this is my life. But yeah, so keep that in mind if you do have large pores or deal with acne. That can happen to you. The next one is about the lip peptide treatment, which I'm curious. Is it like a chapstick for those that use it? Does it feel like a chapstick? Because I feel like that's the fancy way it's being marketed as, like peptide lip treatment. Is it just a chapstick? Is that really what it is? Let me know.
You guys, I need help. Has anyone else had an allergic reaction to your Rhode lip peptide treatment? Because I just did. So yesterday I filmed a Get Ready With Me and I put on this Rhode lip peptide. Tell me why I woke up and my lips are burning. You know when you spend all day at the beach and your lips burn? That's the sensation I have on my lips. But I did not go to the beach. I don't know if you can see, but I have nothing on my lips right now. And it looks like I have lip liner on.
Okay, unrelated. Her hair is so pretty. Okay, just continue.
Lips are very irritated. The whole edges of my lips are burning.
Like
and even if I touch them, they just feel like very sensitive and like kind of almost like itchy. It was also flaking earlier, like pieces of skin were peeling off. You guys, help me. Also, I have really sensitive skin, as you can tell. This is just from me scratching. It's not like this is expired or anything. I got this.
It's from you describing. It's from her describing all that itchiness on her lips. That's why she gets stressed. I get red too, especially whenever I get out the shower. I can just see my chest get red. It's so funny.
Less than a year ago. I've been using this whole year that I've had it, and I have never had a problem until yesterday. You're thinking I probably just had an allergic reaction and I'm like allergic to the Rhode lip peptide treatments, but I have 3 other ones that don't give me that. And they're newer than this one. This one is from April of last year, and these are from August. I use them all the time. I have no problem with these. But why does this one give me an allergic reaction randomly? I have not heard anyone talk about this before.
Okay, so interesting. So what she shared here, she has 4 different fragrances, 4 different scents of Rhode here. And I don't know what the different scents are for the lip treatments, but it could be either one of 2 things. One, the chapstick. I feel like I just want to call it chapstick. The dark burgundy one is either expired or possibly it has some form of contamination of some sort, or she developed an allergen from the fragrance that is in there. If whatever fragrant it is, whatever extract they use in there to give it that scent, maybe that's what she developed an allergen to. So it's sad that she had lip burning too. And speaking of which, I'm about to get on a whole side rant. My mom had purchased a Fenty Gloss Bomb lip gloss because she wants to be like me and have one. And she told me that it started burning her lips. And I said, oh, that sucks. You know, she might have been allergic to it. And of course she kept it, trying to make it work. And she just kept getting the same results. And one day, whenever we were going to a family friend's wedding party celebration, she had me try it on myself, and it was fine for a few seconds, and then I started feeling the burning. I was so nervous. And as a person who has experienced breakouts and having hive reactions, that's what it felt like. I feel like I was having an allergic reaction, like my lips were on fire. I felt like I was having a chemical burn. And so I quickly rubbed it off. And then our family friend then pointed out that it might be a lip plumping gloss. And so she checked it. And sure enough, she bought a lip plumping gloss. And I was like, what in the heck? I was like, why would people do this to themselves? It is not that deep. Take it from a person who has naturally plump lips. It is not worth burning your lips for. Like, wearing chapstick, having moist lips is not just a suggestion. It is literally a way of life for us. I get used to peeling skin off my lips all the time. I don't know. Maybe I need to try this. I'm scared. No, because no, I don't want to get allergic reaction. Like, I'm scared. Like, why is our lips burning? Why are they already peeling? Like, I'm getting nervous just saying it out loud. Oh, God. Okay. Let's continue.
I bought this Rhode lip peptide and I thought it was going to be so good.
I was literally about to do a review of this, so let's get into it. I'm Dr. Charles, I'm a board certified dermatologist, and I hate celebrity skincare lines. But I often try them, maybe one day one of them will get them right. So let's talk about Rhode. I've been using it all day and the texture is garbage.
Well,
eventually those little pebbles, those little grains do melt away, but the worst part about it is after you use it for a while, your lips crave it.
Interesting.
And when your lips crave something after you've been using it for a while, it's usually a sign that one of the ingredients is actually leading to low-key irritation, so let's break it down. Now, one of the big red flags that I see is when companies use the word unscented, and let me tell you why.
Okay,
when companies use the phrase unscented, it doesn't mean there isn't fragrance in there. It means there is fragrance added to make it neutral smelling. So it still has fragrance, but...
So, there you go. The secret to fragrance-free is adding fragrance. There you go.
But they're claiming it's fragrance-free until you do a deep dive into the ingredients, which I love nerding out about. And then we see ethyl hexyl palmitate, which can act as a solvent, but it's also a fragrance. So what's going on here? Advertising fragrance-free, but we see in the ingredients list that there are things that can act as fragrance. Overall, I am not a fan. The first couple of minutes of using it, your lips do feel hydrated, but then you start to crave it, and it leads to that low-key irritation, probably because they're misleading you with the ingredients. Hence me having to repair the damage done from that. So much better.
Interesting about that. This Dr. Charles. Thank you, Dr. Charles. The fact that your lips kind of grow addicted to it and that it's never really enough to satisfy it, and the fact that it starts to become more irritated by it, needing more, is such a fascinating concept to me. And we just talked about the term fragrance free. And the fact that they use chemicals in there, a fragrance, to neutralize the other smells in there just says a lot about the marketing about these products. And when it says fragrance free, just know that there is a fragrance in there to neutralize the smells of the other chemicals that are present within the product. And that is me assuming. Again, I'm not a professional, just a concerned consumer. Educate yourself. We are quickly switching over to the Reddit comments, about the experience with Rhode skincare line. I want to also make sure to include enough in here that says good about the products, because I don't know how widespread the allergen reaction is for Rhode. So I do want to include some people in here that enjoy it. So let's review some of these here. I love the formula and texture of the... Is the glazing milk like a moisturizer or a cleanser? A cleansing moisturizing cleanser? We're going to call it that. The moisturizing cleanser. But unfortunately, it gave me fungal acne. Oh, Jesus. I was in denial for months because I loved it. It's so hydrating and feels good on the skin. Just didn't work out for me. I love the lip products too. Y'all, please, 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 please. Don't prove I'm right. Please, please, please. Please do not mess with fungal acne. I think, it's serious. No, anything related to fungus. I think you need ointment or actual treatment stuff for that, right? Medical treatment for that. Sweet Jesus, please don't play with that. Please, 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 don't play with your skin. Boom, 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 boom. Another comment about cystic acne. Sweet Jesus, I'm praying for you all. 2 more about loving the product as well. The chapstick is their favorite. I've never tried anything, and it's the only thing that protects and hydrates my lips in the desert. Okay, and here it says the glazing milk and the lip products are the way to go. My skin is dry and the glaze hydrates for hours. I found the barrier buttercream lackluster. I made an online purchase, which I was really excited for. I ordered the fall duo and another lip gloss. I only received the individual lip gloss. It has been over 2 weeks since I reached out to customer service and they haven't been helpful. I'm so disappointed. I also heard things about customer service that it's either hit or miss really with the customer service. Like you'll either have a good experience or the customer service will be kind of rude, a little bit sassy with the customers. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't know what person you're working with that has a little bit of sass, but that can happen. And this commenter is saying how much they love these products and it works for their sensitive skin. So it really is a case-by-case basis of either Rhode working for them or not. And and I'll end it with this last comment. I love the glazing milk, but it gave me hives. Please do not send yourself to the hospital over a product. I get it because I did it. So I'm no better than you. But please, 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 please protect your skin. That's going to be the theme for this. And though we'll never know the full extent of the allergen reactions to Rhode's beauty products, there is at least enough for them to put it in their FAQ section. And though I'm happy that they did that, put the warning there because they genuinely did not have to, because they are complying with federal law, as you can read here in their description for it. I still feel like it would be better and more beneficial for them to actually put it on the homepage of the website, because people need to know that these products, maybe not all of them, but a majority of these products contain either a tree nut of some kind, coconut, which can cause an allergic reaction. And many of these products that don't have these things are made in the same plant as them and can be contaminated with these ingredients. And so it's not really helpful when I have to do multiple clicks in order to see that. And, you know, you're like, but we did it, but it's like the bare minimum. Again, they're not required to do this. So your product is not going to be for everybody, and you surely weren't trying to make it for everybody when you put it in the product, put a tree nut in the product. You are already like, this is for people who will not have anaphylactic shock whenever putting on these skincare treatments. Okay, all right. I feel like putting it on the homepage also is a bold move, but it encourages customer trust. It builds that trust with the customer, with future consumers, that this brand actually cares about our health and safety. Every brand has that target buyer, and maybe Rhode doing this will also have other brands follow suit. And though Rhode is the main example that I'm using here in this video, Rhode is not the only business, the only cosmetic brand that has had customers reacting to stuff. So if you have had an allergic reaction to any other beauty brand, please list them in the comments below so your fellow sensitive skin people can, try it or steer clear of it if they want to. Your experience is very helpful and it could really help save lives, genuinely. What's worse is the fact that I have a video here, clicked on one of the products and was looking at the ingredient list, and they don't even show all of the ingredients for this product. They only show the hyped up marketed ingredients, and you have to do so many click-throughs in order to find the ingredient list. Like, why do we have to click through so much stuff to find it? I put into Gemini the list of one of the products. I believe it was the blush. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the lip liner. I don't know. I'm not necessarily a fan of using AI, but when you are not good at chemistry or don't understand the words of certain stuff, it can be helpful. Though keep in mind that sometimes AI can be wrong, so still look it up, look at other sources. But I didn't even know that shea butter is a nut, comes from a nut. So, it's good to look up these things. And I also looked up, if is it lactic acid? Gosh, I think it is lactic acid. If it is, can that cause an allergic reaction for people who are allergic to, dairy. And it may and it may not, depending on what type of lactic acid they use, that may or may not work out. So, but considering that one of the products is called milk, I think I'll stay away. The lip shape pencil thing fiasco was ridiculous. Like, come on, lip shape. So from what I have gathered from watching a bunch of TikToks is that this is not supposed to be a quote unquote traditional lip liner. It's meant to shape and contour the lips. But isn't there already a technique done by makeup artists using traditional contour to make your lips seem bigger than they already are? Maybe I'm wrong. People also overline their lips using traditional lip liners. But the main thing that I've heard that's positive about this product is that the consistency is nice and it has smooth application. However, the colors don't show up on deeper skin tones as shown by this young lady. The comments had me rolling. They were so funny. The main complaint I've heard about this product is that they don't last and that they kind of smear out around the lips, making it look super blotchy and it just does not look flattering.
I get the fact that it is more for the minimal girl, but how minimal are we getting before we realize that we're not putting on anything?
Oh, and I forgot to mention that this lip shape has fenugreek extract, which is a tree nut allergy. A lot of these companies get away with this stuff because it's all for the sake of marketing, and that is a good excuse if you are not paying attention to the fact of food being integrated into these beauty products is happening in more ways than one. Now, keep in mind that food in skincare as well as in beauty products is not a new concept. It's literally been happening since ancient times, the beginning of humanity, really, whenever they discovered it. I don't know when. I even remember, please, my Gen Z and millennial kids out there who are watching this, if you remember this as well, when the Meaningful Beauty by Cindy Crawford would come up on the TV, the long infomercial about Meaningful Beauty and this miraculous melon that would help your skin and anti-age you, heal your wrinkles and everything. And it even says here specifically on the website, Meaningful Beauty combines the best of science and technology with nature to create luxurious skincare designed to deliver visibly radiant, hydrated, youthful looking skin at every age. So, the priority for her products is no wrinkles in sight, keep that skin healthy. And that's really the important thing here is it's not youth, it's just having healthy skin at whatever age you were at. And that's all what we should really be searching for and looking for. And as a person who is fascinated by the world of marketing ever since this past spring semester in 2025, there's a lot of nuance in the ways that companies can promote themselves. And it's a very creative process that can be difficult to do if the foundation of who your product is for is not clear. And when researching for this video, and watching so many videos about Rhode Cosmetics in general to get a good sense of what the business is and who it's for, I got the feeling that Rhode wanted to be like Apple in the sense of like the popular it brand and having customers that will buy no matter what the price is or the little upgrades that happen with these phones or whatever their technology is. And to hear Haley say she wants to develop a world of Rhode and wants to be like a tech company in her interview for the Business of Fashion was just confirmation for me and just feeling like I'm just really on the money when it comes down to picking up on these things that is being marketed to us.
Our consumer and our customer is just so insanely loyal, and I feel like the thing for me with Rhode is that it's not just about the product, it's the whole entire world of Rhode. It's the way I want people to feel something when they get the products, when they use them. I want them to feel that they are a part of something. And for me, that's like this weird little world I'm building in my brain. It's a lifestyle, it's, product, it's a feeling, it's imagery, it's, your phone case. It's so many different things. It's that expands so far outside of beauty to me. And from the beginning I remember being in a meeting really early on and I was like, I don't want to just be a beauty company. I want to be a tech company too. Like I want to just be more than one box.
Even just the fact that whatever Haley does, people are just quick to do it, like quick to latch onto, like the hair cookie butter thing and the nails and the sheet mask eating sushi, which is just ridiculous. Like, we could not be, y'all cannot, because I'm not falling for that crap, but we there's certain things that I will not fall for. Clearly, I'm not immune to purchasing from celebrities. You can't buy a personality. No matter what this person does, you can never be them. You can never be like them. And to think that this will make you more like them. If you change your hair, if you slick your hair back, like the clean girl aesthetic, like that's crazy. It's crazy. The clean girl, I don't even think Hailey started that clean girl trend, but she became the face of it. Basically just did a lot of the marketing surrounding that and was the big brand that really pushed it forward in the 2020s, the early 2020s. We're about to get into the late 2020s soon. Crazy. The biggest difference between Apple and Rode is that Steve Jobs' Apple products were revolutionary in the world of tech and in music. And the products were able to stand strong and be known on their own and not need Steve Jobs to be there in order for the company to flourish. Rode is so intertwined and woved in and so dependent on Hailey's popularity that it's hard for me to see, at least, this company being successful without her being in it. And the fact that she made it so intertwined by the name. So anything that happens with this brand is connected to you, which in a way says a lot about her care for the company too, because she's willing to risk her reputation to be that deeply involved with it. But if people are just buying it because it's you, then that's a problem. Latte makeup, strawberry makeup, cookie butter hair, and glazed skin are trends that started with Hailey Bieber, who carefully curated her personal brand over the many years that successfully translated and transferred over to Rode. It wasn't a Rode customer using one of their products to create a look that went viral and started a trend. Hopefully Rode will be able to have its own identity outside of Hailey Bieber in the coming years, so it can stand on its own 2 feet and last for a while, for a pretty long while. The direction of shrinkflation is not the way to go, though. The overstimulation of food is a lot, but it has been tethered to their success, and many beauty brands have taken notice and have followed suit, including a clothing brand named Skims. So why food? What is it about seeing this PB&J sandwich with this lip treatment that makes people want to buy it? Well, these companies are utilizing something called sensory stimulation marketing, which is what I learned from this TikTok account called Be Better. I will be showing the clip here for you all, but I highly recommend that you watch the full video in its entirety. It's full of little nuggets, some educational nuggets, I will say, and I surely will be checking out more from this account to learn more about marketing. So let's watch it together. Ooh, ooh. Why? That was so random.
And something else interesting that they're doing here is something called sensory stimulation marketing. So this is where companies, specifically skincare companies, will utilize very graphic imagery of food in order to almost incite the evolutionary basic need to substantiate our hunger. So say you're on that website and you're feeling a little bit hungry. If you see this lip gloss that's covered in French toast and maple syrup, your subconscious mind is almost tricked into thinking that it can substantiate that hunger by buying the product. Of course, on a conscious level, we know you can't eat the lip gloss, but at a subconscious level, you do. And our subconscious mind is actually what drives a lot of consumer behavior. So I just like to point out some of these marketing tactics when I do see them.
So good, so good. Again, highly recommend. Yes, I was drinking chai. Sorry, not sorry. No, I'm actually so sorry about the noise. When I heard myself drinking from it, I said, oh, this is annoying. But I left it in because I really wanted to show y'all my cup. This cup, I love this cup so much. It's a little cow. It's a little fluffy cow. And on the inside it says, my phone won't focus on it. But it says utterly sweet. It's so cute. I got it from Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is a gas station. And I drink it through a straw because I don't want the tea or whatever I'm drinking to stain my teeth. Celebrity and beauty creator brands also utilize cross-branded marketing on top of this, so it's even more enticing for fans to purchase from them out of love and support, out of FOMO, or maybe they're beauty lovers and don't really care about the famous name behind it. Some of the beauty brands that I've shown as examples earlier are also examples of cross-branded marketing. I don't know, y'all. Do I look like I would wear Rhode? Do I look like a roadie? Oh my god, that's so cringe. Oh god, I pray that does not catch on. Though it is trendy to create single-scented bath routines and food-inspired makeup, which I don't really see going away anytime soon, scented and food-infused products will more than likely be a continuous thing that we see on our store shelves, which makes these food allergic reactions pretty inevitable. My heart... My heart sinks for people who get so upset about the products not working for them. It just makes me sad. It makes me really sad because the idea of beauty and what beauty is so unrealistic, and especially on the internet. And having constant allergic reaction complaints does not help growing your business. So hopefully, we do see change with the FDA thing because yes, people need to research and read. I'm not knocking that whatsoever. People do need to research and read for themselves, but there is an extra step that they could take that is not required of them, that is required in food. And I think it needs to be applied here, especially the fact that we are seeing more food being implemented here. I was able to find articles as early back as 2016 and 2018 about the growing trend of food and beauty products. As stated here in this 2018 article, the use of fruit ingredients in beauty and personal care products is on the rise, according to the specialty ingredient supplier Cornelius. Singled out as ripe for growth, fruit ingredients used in personal care products have more than doubled over the last 5 years, increasing from 5% in 2013 to 10.7% in 2017. Kelly Sheaton, personal care business manager at Cornelius, said, as brands look to create products that appeal to health and wellness focused consumers, personal care and food will become more closely linked than ever, making this an emerging and important trend which manufacturers must take note of now. And this writer here depicts a time when she walked into a Sephora and noticed the change surrounding her about these products. And she writes, I saw an Air Wick moisturizer packed with leafy superfoods, kale, spinach, and green tea, an eye cream fortified with cucumber extract, a sleep mask with pumpkin and papaya enzymes, a coconut lip balm enriched with a blend of apricot kernel, black currant seed, and grapeseed oils. There were so many food items in the product names, I almost felt like I was shopping for groceries. When I found myself wondering, did food become the center of skincare conversation? And from this current article that was posted on Google in 2025, so of this year, of March of this year. However, the current food-inspired beauty trend goes beyond simply incorporating edible elements into products. It's a holistic approach encompassing everything from ingredient sourcing to product presentation. The growing demand for natural and organic beauty products is a key driver behind this trend. Consumers are increasingly wary of synthetic chemicals and turn to familiar food-derived ingredients as a safer alternative. This shift has led to an explosion of products featuring superfoods, fruits, and vegetables as star ingredients. And we see this in Rhode often. Packaging and product design also takes cues from the culinary world. Beauty brands are creating products that look good enough to eat with packaging that mimic food containers or features advertising imagery. This approach makes products more visually appealing and helps communicate their natural food-derived ingredients to consume. In fact here, according to Statista, the beauty and personal care market is projected to see a steady growth of $4.8 billion between 2024 and 2029. Insane. And we're not that far away. I wanted to include this graph here because I feel like it highlights so much of how psychological and how emotive purchases can be and how important it is to tell a story of why a customer needs this or who this is for through marketing. Familiarity. Recognizable food ingredients creates a sense of trust and safety, makes products feel approachable and less intimidating, especially for sensitive skin users. Sensory experience. Colors, textures, and scents evoke memories and emotions associated with food, enhances mood, and creates a feeling of indulgence during use. Visual appeal. Food-inspired products often have photogenic design that attract attention on social media, increases desirability, and encourages sharing on platforms like Instagram. Nostalgia. Familiar food scents can trigger nostalgic feelings and positive associations from childhood. Strengthens emotional connection to the product, enhancing customer loyalty. Food-inspired beauty products leverages psychological factors to create a compelling consumer experience by tapping into familiarities, sensory satisfaction, visual appeal, and nostalgia. Brands can effectively engage their audience and foster a deeper connection with their products. You know, Haley is good at marketing, I will say. Models are another one of those beauty internet entertainers that I feel like can be a little bit more trustworthy because they are in front of the camera all the time. Their jobs are literally based off of their appearance. And so you kind of trust their opinions a little bit on skincare. Like Winnie Harlow's brand, K-Skin. I really want to try that one. That lip gloss, Winnie Harlow's lip gloss looks so good. I want to try it. Bro, like, so again, I'm not immune to these celebrity brands, clearly. It's just being a conscious and informed buyer. And you know what's funny is that going back to Rhode, there was a video of this young lady who she had went to, I think it was either like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and saw a similar looking lip peptide treatment tube, and it was another brand. I forgot what she said, but it was another brand, and it existed long before Rhode. It's actually older than Rhode. I think it was like it was established in the 1980s, and it's the same packaging design as Rhode, or Rhode has a similar packaging design as this brand, and it's $5. Though I do believe that food ingredients should be required to be listed as contains such and such on the packaging, as well as in the ingredients list, like made plain and dry. Educating yourself is so important. It's so important to make sure that you are making the right decision for what is best for your skin. And sometimes the right decision can also be out of price range for a lot of people. So I do not want to discount that, because it is hard out here to try to do better when it is financially out of reach. And it's so unfortunate, and I pray to God that one day that changes, because doing better for your health and doing what is good for your health shouldn't be out of financial reach. And it shouldn't be a luxury. It is a necessity. Purchasing healthier foods for your body to fuel your body should not be a flex. The Erewhon grocery store hauls is crazy. The expensive smoothies that they sell there, insane. Like, it shouldn't be out of reach for someone who genuinely needs to fuel their body with that stuff. I mean, everybody needs to fuel their body with really good stuff. Don't allow the niacinamides and the peptides to lure you into trying the product, because it may not even be the top 5 ingredients within it.
This might be a controversial take, but I'm here to be very transparent with you all and expose some of the beauty industry secrets that they do not want you to know. I'm a cosmetic chemist, and here are some of my opinions on some of the most viral and popular skincare products. Today, let's talk about Rhode, specifically the glazing milk. Now, I'm sure all of you have seen this product by now. It has popped up on all your For You pages. Every influencer and celebrity has been using this product. I'm just going to read the description directly from the website. Some of the key ingredients that they like to highlight is the ceramide trio, beta-glucan, which is a polysaccharide, as well as magnesium, zinc, and a copper blend, which are obviously vitamins. Well, let's take a look at the full ingredient list and break it down for you. So just a quick tip, all ingredients will always be listed in descending order, which means the ingredient listed first will be the most abundant, and the ingredient listed last will be the least abundant in any skincare product. Taking a look at the glazing milk's first 6 ingredients, in my professional opinion, I would say that these ingredients make up the bulk of the product. Anything below this line is most likely added in less than 1%. How do I know this? These ingredients, such as the vitamin E, the hyaluronic acid, and the ceramide, are incredibly expensive, and brands and companies will use the tiniest amount in their products in order to claim them. Essentially, I could literally add only 1 drop of ceramide into a cream, and I can market it as a ceramide cream that is going to fix and solve all your skin problems. When in fact, it is added in such a small amount, the odds that your skin is reaping any sort of benefit from these ceramides is highly unlikely. This is an incredibly common practice that all brands and companies use. Now, all these major key ingredients that they spoke about earlier and they love to claim fall below this line, which means most likely it is added in less than 1%. Now, the glazing milk isn't totally useless, and it does have some hydrating benefits, which is why people claim to have hydrated and glowy skin after using it. One ingredient is glycerine, common humectant, and it draws water into the skin, which leaves it hydrated and improves your barrier function. The other ingredient is the coconut alkanes. These are emollients, which help soften and soothe the skin. So next time, ask yourself, is it really worth $52, which is nearly 600 Rand, for a product that is 120 milliliters of probably 90% water with a couple moisturizing ingredients and a sprinkling of ceramides and vitamins? Or are you paying for the marketing and the brand?
Let me know what you all think of Rhode in the comments below. Have you tried any other products? And again, if you have tried any other products from any other brand that has broken you out, please let us know in the comments down below. It's good for us to be aware. Your experience can be an educational one, so don't be afraid to do so. If you are willing, share it in the comments below. And Rhode is just the example, okay? It was just the example for this video. It is, you know, the hot topic right now, so it is one that people can, I guess, somewhat relate to and can understand, besides the Cindy Crawford one. People who are my age get it. Let me know your thoughts also about the FDA regulations. Do you also think that it should be updated? And I pray you all have a blessed rest of your day. Have an awesome rest of your week. And remember to find comfort in being yourself.